Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Here's my top 10 personal favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movies. Yes, I had a recommendation to do this, and I thought, why not? Because I'm a big fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he's got a new movie coming out, the new Oliver Stone movie that he's starring in called Snowden, and I thought, celebrate that movie, I'd make a top 10 of my list of my favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movies. Alright, let's get started. Here's my top 10 favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movies. And before top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Lincoln, The Dark Knight Rises, Stop Loss, Halloween H2O, Mysterious Skin, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, and The Night Before. All great movies, just couldn't make the top 10 list, but what did make my top 10 was my number 10. And my number 10 is the movie 10 Things I Hate About You. Yes, this movie's great. It's nothing amazing or anything. It's not like the best teen movie out there. It's no Clueless. It's no Fast Times at Ridgemont High or Dead Poet Society, if you count that, or Perks to Be a Wallflower, but it's still a great teen comedy made in the 90s, the era I grew up in, and I really like this movie. This has Heath Ledger and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yes, it has Robin, apparently, and Joker. I won't make that joke anymore. I'm sorry. This movie's great, though. I love the story about a nerdy guy, coming to a new school, and he falls in love with this girl, and you think she's this bitchy, popular girl, but actually she ends up being a very sweet and very likable character. But for him to date her, her sister has to date as well. So basically he gets Heath Ledger to go on a date with his sister so he can go out with the popular girl. What's her name? Bianca, that's her name, and his name's Cameron. So yeah, this stars Julia Stiles, Heath Ledger, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and a bunch of actors, Allison Janney. Everyone's so great in this movie. This is just a great 90s teen comedy. There's got some cliches that's pretty formulaic, but I just enjoyed it. I found it very delightful. Coming number 9 is the movie The Lookout. Yes, The Lookout is a great indie film. This has Joseph Gordon-Levitt, star Jeff Daniels, and in this movie he plays a guy with sort of a disability and stuff, and basically he plays a lookout guy. Basically people hire him, for a job in the movie, they hire him to be a lookout. While they rob something, he's the lookout for the police officers and stuff, and technically he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he does know what he's doing and stuff. This is a great neo-noir, dramatic thriller, also a very good character study about the lead character, played marvelously by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He is so good in this movie. Everyone is so good. I love Jeff Daniels, actually, very much in this movie. I love his chemistry with Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this movie. And this is just a great neo-noir thriller. If you're a fan of the neo-noir genre, then definitely check this movie out. It's a very overlooked movie, and it's just a great one. Coming number 8 is the movie The Walk. Yes, The Walk. I did a whole review of this movie last year. I'll leave a link down below. To my review. I did a whole depth about the movie. This is a great movie. It's about Louis Petit, the guy who walked across the Twin Towers and stuff, the only one who did it. And they made an amazing documentary called Man on Wire about him. This movie's directed by Robert Zemeckis. This is a great movie to see in 3D if you saw it in theaters, but it's so great. It gives you real-life vertigo when you watch the movie. You feel like you're on the building with the guy. It's so good. It's also a very good drama, comedy, thriller. It's a lot about them breaking into the Twin Towers, setting up the equipment, and then him walking across the Twin Towers and making history and setting a record. It's a great movie, but this character played Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I love the character of Louis Petit. I love how he narrates the movie and stuff, and I love how this movie's executed, and I love how it's directed. It's just a great movie, and yeah, check it out. It's a very entertaining movie. Coming number 7 is Don John. Yes, Don John. Not gonna lie, this sound right here makes me hot as a fucking rock. This movie is weird. It's great though. I love it. I think it's great. It's written and directed and stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and basically it's about this guy who has a weird obsession about pornography. He is obsessed with porn. There's only a few things he cares about in this world. His body, his car, his house, his buddies, his girls, his parents, his religion, and his porn. And yes, that last one does sound weird. And this movie is very weird. And yeah, it goes into details about his weird obsession with pornography. And then he dates a girl played by Scarlett Johansson, and she hates pornography, so basically he has to hide his addiction to porn from her and stuff. And then he meets Julianne Moore, who's a girl who's in the same class as him and stuff. And yeah, this movie is just really funny. It is a very funny movie, but also a really interesting, original idea. Like, I've never seen a movie about a guy addicted to porn, so that's a very funny concept, and I really liked it. It also got Rob Brown, Brie Larson, and Tony Danza from Who's the Boss in this movie, and it's just a very funny movie. It's crude, it's rude, but it's a lot of fun. Coming number 6 is the movie Brick. Brick, oh, this movie's so good. Written and directed by Rian Johnson, who did Looper, and yeah, this movie's great. This is a Canadian film, and this is a very overlooked movie. As you saw a long time ago when I did my top 10 most overlooked movies, this movie was on it. This movie is so freaking good. Very overlooked. This movie is only available in Canada. You have to order it online. It is amazing. This is a great neo-noir film. It's a great thriller about a guy who loses an ex-girlfriend. And basically, he investigates the investigation himself, even though he's a high school student. He does more work than the police officers do, because the police officers just, pass it by and stuff. Oh, it was nothing. But as he dives deeper into the case, it gets more darker, more bleak, and he finds out things he really shouldn't have and stuff, and finds out about weird, bizarre things about his fellow students and stuff. It's a great movie. Wonderful performances by the whole cast, especially Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it's an amazing directorial debut by Rian Johnson. Can't wait to see what he does with the Star Wars movie, and yeah, this movie, Brick, very overlooked. Check it out if you have not seen it. Coming in number 5 is 500 Days of Summer. Yes, this movie is directed by Mark Webb. The guy who gave us the Amazing Spider-Man movies. This movie is so good. This is a great directorial debut. This movie just feels like a great and realistic romantic comedy, and I love this character, the character played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He basically is a guy who does like greeting cards and stuff, Hallmark cards and stuff, and yeah, he meets a girl at work, and basically he thinks she's like his soulmate. He is destined to be with her, and basically she is in 500 days of his life, and her name is Summer, and basically when she breaks his heart, he thinks there's no one else for him and stuff, and the movie is a lot about love, but also realism and stuff, and I loved how they directed this movie and executed the story and how this movie was written. It was fresh, it was original, it was funny, it was deep, it was poetic, it was powerful. It's so freaking well done. It's so freaking amazing. There's an amazing scene when he goes to a dinner party, and it's the greatest use of justification I've ever seen in film. It's so amazing. The editing is fantastic. The shots are fantastic. The way they dive into these characters is so real and so powerful. The performances by Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel are both freaking top notch, and how Mark Webb directed this movie was so amazing. I can't believe he did the Amazing Spider-Man movie after this movie, because this movie was just so brilliant. Coming number 4 is The Wind Rises. Yes, this is a Miyazaki movie, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays the lead character, so still a Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie as well. There's also Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, and yeah, it's a great movie. This is a gorgeously, beautifully animated film, very amazing, very real take about a hard time during the World War II and stuff, about the Japanese planes and stuff. Yes, you kind of feel bad for this lead character, even though he's designing planes that cause destruction. It's his dream. It's a lot about chasing your dream and having hope and stuff, and I love this movie. This is a fantastic movie. It's the very last movie directed by the amazing and iconic Hayao Miyazaki, and he did an amazing job writing and directing this movie. This movie is brilliant. It's a great, bittersweet ending to Miyazaki's films, and it's just amazing. Joseph Gordon-Levitt does an amazing voice acting job in this movie, and it's the 4th favorite movie he is in. Coming number 3 is Lupa. Yes, Lupa. Favorite time traveling movie. Favorite movie directed by Rian Johnson. This has Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. This is a great movie about time travel. They do it in such a smart, very clever way. The ending doesn't make sense, but the movie is still smart, clever, well edited, well shot, well acted. Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jeff Daniels, and Emily Blunt. Everyone's fantastic. Even the kid is great in this movie, and that's actually a pretty cool little twist. I actually didn't see that coming, but yeah. I think a lot of people have seen this movie already. If you haven't, check it out. It's a fantastic noir sci-fi thriller, and it's so smart, it's so clever, it's so cunning, and it's just so damn entertaining, and I love it. It's so great. Looper, awesome. Coming number 2 is the movie 50-50. Yes, 50-50 is a dramatic comedy directed by Jonathan Levine. Probably my favorite movie directed by Jonathan Levine. He also did like movies like Warm Bodies and stuff. This movie's great. This movie is about a guy who gets diagnosed with cancer. He has a tumor in his spine, and he has to do chemotherapy, and basically he has to live with the chemotherapy. He has to, tell his family and his friends, and they all have to deal with this very painful thing that is happening. But it's also a very comedic movie, because you got Seth Rogen playing his best friend, who is hilarious in this movie. Then you also got Bryce Dallas Howard playing the very despicable girlfriend. This movie is great. You got Anna Kendrick as the therapist, the very young therapist who doesn't know what she's doing. And I love it. I love the character study of this lead character played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's a very funny movie, also a very deep movie, and a very sad movie. There's a lot of scenes that really had me almost crying. It was so well done. The music, the soundtrack's great, the writing is so great, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt is so good in this movie. He should have been nominated for an Oscar for this movie. He was amazing in this movie, and this is my second favorite movie he's played in. It's so good. And my number one favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie is, of course, Inception. Boom. Boom. Yes, this is my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time with The Dark Knight. It's amazing. It has an all-star cast, which Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in. He plays the character Arthur, and yeah, I love it. This movie has a sensational cast. It's got Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ellen Page, Michael Caine, Cillian Murphy, and of course, Leonardo DiCaprio. It's written and directed marvelously by Christopher Nolan. This movie is about dream theories, about these extractors that go into people's minds, and basically in this movie, they have to inception someone. And inception means planting an idea in someone's mind, and they have to go layers and layers down into his mind, into his subconscious, and inception him, so they can give the company business to the character Sato, played by Ken Watanabe. And this movie is visually stunning, amazingly complex, smart, clever, well-directed, well-executed, and amazingly acted by the whole cast. It's also got some amazing action sequences and mind-blowing special effects that are just amazing. The sound mixing, the sound editing, the cinematography, all amazingly well done. This, of course, it had to be my number one favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie. What else would it be? It's Inception. It's amazing. So yeah, that was my top 10 personal favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movies. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with the top 10 list? If not, give me your top 10 personal favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movies. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, for this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.